Hi everyone, this is Ezgi Zaman, classic starting. um, I have been dancing salsa since 10 years. Before I did contemporary, breakdance and hip hop background. And I studied contemporary dance in the university. And since 6 years, I'm traveling the world and traveling at the festivals and teaching, performing, enjoying, and working on dance therapy and yoga therapy. Yeah, that's all.
People,
And
I
I met
think people
Jai
are.
2 years ago, and we had really amazing conversation with Jai about um, the criminal situation in the world and camping and trekking. It was really nice. So
Yeah,
can't wait to see you again.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Hopefully, when I come back to Europe. So one thing that a lot of people get are very impressed by, Ezgi, is how flexible you are, and that's because you have a background in gymnastics.
Because of two reasons. One is genetic. My mom also is very flexible. And I think I born really flexible. But with the time, it's when you're growing, this flexibility is going away. And I train since I was a baby.
Mm.
I did gymnastic all my life because my family are gymnastics trainer.
Mhm.
So that keep me still flexible because of that.
Because you incorporate a lot of acrobatics into your shows, which is one of the reasons why you are so famous. Because not many people are achieving that sort
With
of
high
level
heels.
of flexibility with high heels. Yeah, it's a very good point. So if anyone
Yeah.
hasn't seen some of Ezgi's performances, I highly recommend you go on YouTube or her Instagram page and check out some of her performances because you're doing all sorts of acrobatics like splits, flips, tricks, like in all of your shows,
Yeah.
hey?
Thank you. I think the acrobatic part is like it's not that difficult. Um, because every why I'm saying that, okay, for dancers, of course, but every gymnast can do that. What I'm doing is not that special,
Mm,
honestly. Every gymnast can do that. Also, many professional gymnast people can do much better than me.
mm,
But doing it with high heels, of course, it's difficult. But also with training, it's okay. People can do that.
mm,
I think important is the acrobatics, spins, flexibility. It is a sportive part. Like with so many training, everyone can do this kind of thing somehow. But putting the feeling on the stage and dance and um, to expressing and to being creative, and at the
mm.
same time, the acrobatics and flexibility and the other stuff. When it's come together, it became more artistic, and it is hard to find this kind of artist. I
Mhm,
have very good students, very like 9, 10 years old girls has this kind of talents, everything together.
mhm.
Uh, it's a special, I think. But all my gymnast students, they do everything what I do when they are even 9 years old.
Yeah,
All
right.
all my students, does those things, and after 10 years old, they get better than me about flexibility, about spins, about acrobatic techniques, because I'm getting
So would
older.
you? You're like 23. Come on.
Come on, I'm getting after 2 months, 24. So yes, for
So
acrobatics,
old.
yes.
Okay. So would you say that a lot of your skill and experience with flexibility in gymnastics and those sort of things, do you think it's better to start when you're younger? Do you think that makes it easier as you get older than trying to learn it now, for example?
Of course, muscles gets you know when you're in your young age, you
Mm,
can do every technique more easy, and also
mm,
your body is ready to take what they give you. So
mm,
young age it is much more easier, but um, after 20 or after 17 years old till your older age, doesn't matter, every age, we can start yoga. And I think yoga is really helpful for dance because it's also about breathing. And if we can use right breathing technique when we are dancing, we dance much more comfortable and we feel the music, we feel our body much better. And also, after 40 years old, one of my philosophy teacher from my high school started yoga after 40. And she was not flexible. Her body control was really bad when she started. Now she is 42, maybe 44, and she's a yoga teacher and she's very flexible and amazing. Imagine after 40 years old, people still can get flexible.
So it's about how much time you dedicate to something and how
technique and how much time you give. Yeah.
So in like a typical day, how many hours would you spend working on like yourself? Like how many hours would you spend training on a typical day?
Depends of my feeling. Every day, I'm trying to do yoga minimum 1 hour every day, and then I'm dancing, but not choreographing, not working on shines. I just open one of music, sometimes contemporary, sometimes salsa. I just do improvisation. I'm just expressing myself when I'm dancing. I'm just talking with my body. That's all I do. And this improvisations really gives me inspiration. I find new things all the time when I do improvisations. So my dancers do improvisation as much as you can. Just make freestyle and do not think about the movements. Of course, work on technique, but after when you finish your technique trainings, just do improvisation and express yourself and just feel good.
See what comes out of it.
Think about how you're looking. Think about how you're feeling.
So do you find that like one hour of yoga per day is enough to maintain your strength and flexibility for what you need your body to do?
For me, yes, but for some people, some needs 2 hours. Some people just 30 minutes enough. It depends of your feeling, and also not every day 1 hour. Sometimes I keep it 2 hours. No, sometimes I keep it just 30 minutes, and not yoga, just stretching 30 minutes. You know, depends of my feeling, depends how is my body. But for this, we have to know our body, have to control, and we have to feel the body. You know.
This was my next question. So do you have someone guide like a yoga session online, or do you do it yourself?
I trained yoga when I was in India for a few months, and I'm also a yoga teacher, and also I'm a Pilates teacher. So I don't follow any video, I do by myself. And I create also moments. Yeah.
So why did you go to India for a few months just to learn yoga?
No, it was the first time I go another country. You know, I go out of my country when I was 18 years old. And I go there for giving salsa class, and I teach salsa. When I was 18, yes, my first travel started with India. It's interesting.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Before that, I just went one festival. It was in Bulgaria. And after that, for long permits, first time I got to India, and I stayed there 2 months, 2.5 months. A very interesting experience, but teach a lot of things to me.
How many weekends were you booked out of 52?
Every weekend. It was, yes, every weekend. I just had 2 or 3 weekends free